Well, good morning, folks, and welcome back to the farm. Still dark outside. It's just after 7 o'clock. Just running out to get some eggs. Yesterday was a big day for us. Got a new pickup and a big bag of wood shavings from a guy that recycles cull lumber, swamp matting, things like that. So you might remember from the other day I was talking about how crazy the price on these wood shavings is. Like $11.50 a bag for that stuff. Anyways, I found this guy on the internet, and what he does is, like I say, he takes cull lumber and old swamp matting, things like that, and grinds it up and then sells it back to industry as an absorbent material. So drilling rigs use tons of this stuff to mix off with mud and invert, stuff like that. And he's like, well, you know what, I raped the oil field, but I try to help the farmers out. So he gave me a whole mini bulk bag for free. So next week here, I'm actually gonna run him out a couple boxes of eggs, maybe a piece of chicken or something like that, just to try and help him out in return. We've been to town, we took Charlotte to gymnastics, and I'm just out here, well, I'm in the chicken house here now, just doing morning chores and checking on the compost pile. You'll see I got the old molasses pail here. A few days back, I was telling you about how hot I can get in there, but I need to kickstart this pile because, you know, I got brown material, I got green material, I got lots of oxygen, but I don't really have a lot of moisture or humidity in there. And that's one link that's super important, is to get that humidity level just right in order to get that compost pile going nice and hot. Well, I give molasses to the sheep every week. Now, if you add a little bit of sugar water, or in this case, molasses and a bit of warm water, give it 48 hours. Give it 48 hours and it'll be like somebody left the oven door open, because that will kickstart that pile. The sugar is entirely brown material, but it's already basically broken down. And it is a very nutrient-dense energy source for the bacteria that you need to work inside your compost pile. So if you've added air, water, greens, browns, and everything is, you know, scientifically where it's supposed to be, try a little bit of sugar, a little treacle, a little molasses, something like that. Give it a couple days. We'll check back in. We'll see just how hot it is. But speaking of feeding stuff, not just compost piles, I actually have to feed sheep here right now, so I need to get the tractor fired up and run out a couple of round bales. I guess while I'm in here, we might as well look at the wood chips I got here too. So these are the chips that I got. They're ground down pretty good. Of course, they're not like pine shavings. This is actually aspen. So aspen is quite favorable actually for composting. In fact, this is what folks use quite often in things like rabbit hutches, is aspen. So breaks down really quickly, good for composting. And not to mention, it also used to be swamp matting. So it's an upcycled material that was previously a waste product. So pretty happy to see that continue on in the cycle. I'm gonna get the sheep, maybe the two calves too. Probably the two calves too. I gotta get them out of here and out in behind the barn so I can get in there with the tractor, move that feeder, scoop up all that old hay, put a new bale in there and everything. But yeah, sheep, well, you might think that they're going to do what you want them to do, but if you're thinking like they're thinking up here and not thinking like they're thinking down here, you're probably going to have a tough time. So here's kind of proof of what I was talking about in the chicken house, about molasses and everything heating up. So this is where the round bale feeder was. I just picked up the round bale feeder with the tractor and moved it over there. And I come in with the grapple and I flipped over all the stuff that is kind of low in there. But these round bales I've been dumping a pail of molasses on every time I bring a new bale in. And you can see the steam, well, maybe you can't see the steam coming off of there, but if you dig into some of these spots where I poured molasses, like you could burn your hand in there. It's hot enough almost to cook turkey. Same with another spot right here. You can see it's darker and richer. That's where that molasses has been poured, and it's quite hot to the touch. So I'm pretty interested, pretty excited even, to see just how warm it gets here in that chicken house here right away. But anyways, I wanted to flip this stuff over because otherwise it's all just going to go to waste. It's just going to rot down over the winter. So I'll put a fresh bale in there, but of course, you know, there's nice, hot, sweet stuff. They can come in now that I've flipped it over and it's more accessible. They can come in and hopefully clean up a little bit of it. But I got all my bales where they need to be. One cold one and one steaming hot one. Let's let all the critters come back in and we'll see what they go for. Come on, sheep, sheep, sheep. Come on, sheep, sheep, sheep. These two calves can come too, you know. There's a spot at the table for you. Boy, that sky sure is pretty there too, eh? They don't know what to do. They're like, hot dinner or fresh salad? And they're going for the hot dinner. Wow, look at that. Except for Gertrude over there. I think she's one of them raw vegans. Well, anyways, chores are done. I got the eggs, 22 eggs today, so that's a win. And I think I'm gonna wrap things up. I was gonna take the girls for a skidoo ride, but they're apparently downstairs playing Barbies. And there's no amount of horsepower it's gonna win over a Barbie party. So I guess I'm gonna go for a cup of tea, take my ass downstairs, play Barbies myself, why not? So I'll let you go for now. Hope you have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow.